Save a little for Mitt. I know what you're thinking.
For over 6 decades, Clint Eastwood has played the man with no patience for nonsense on screen. The squint, the silence, the line delivered so quietly, it hits twice as hard as a shout. What most people do not realize is that off-camera, in interviews, on talk show couches, in press junkets, that is not a performance. That is just who he is. He does not waste words. He does not perform gratitude. He does not pretend to enjoy questions he finds stupid. And when he has something to say, he says it with the kind of calm delivery that leaves everyone around him completely speechless. Today we are going through the moments that prove nobody in Hollywood has zero filter, quite like Clint Eastwood. Stay till the end because the story about what happened when his own son auditioned for him is the one nobody saw coming. Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds were both fired from Universal Pictures on the exact same day early in their careers. 2 future legends shown the door simultaneously for reasons that, looking back now, say everything about Hollywood's judgment at the time. Someone asked them both, on camera, sitting together, to explain exactly what Universal's complaints about them were. Burt Reynolds goes first, and then Clint Eastwood delivers his reason with the kind of timing that cannot be taught.
Why would they fire you, Clint Eastwood, or you? I mean...
Well, Clint, they said, you talk too slow, and your tooth is chipped, and you won't get it fixed. And you don't listen to anybody. You just want to do things your own way. And I said, why are you firing me? And they said, you can't act.
Johnny Carson was one of the most skilled interviewers in television history. He had a gift for finding the one unexpected angle on a famous person's life that nobody else had thought to ask about. When Clint Eastwood sat down with him in 1973, Carson asked about something that had been reported, that Clint had apparently gotten into an argument with a horse during filming. The way Clint explains this situation, and the very specific distinction he draws about what he did and did not do to the horse, is one of the driest answers ever delivered on that couch.
Of the pig and the horse. You've been on a lot of horses and westerns. I always stood up for the pig, because I think the pig is a pretty smart animal, and Ed sticks up for the horse. Do you have any observations on that at all?
Well, the observations I've heard from farmers is that the pig is more intelligent, but I don't know. I've never talked to either one too much.
Somebody said you punched a horse once. Did you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I felt like it a couple of times.
Well, you'd probably hear from the SPCA if you said you hit a horse.
Exactly. I wouldn't tell
They don't mind hitting people, but hitting horses is bad.
Matt Damon showed up to work with one of his heroes completely prepared. Dozens of different ways to play the scene. Ready for notes. Ready for multiple takes. He did the scene once. Clint Eastwood said, cut, print, move on. And when Matt Damon asked if they could do another one, the response he got back was so direct and so completely without warmth that he did not ask again.
And I showed up and I'm ready. It's like my chance to work with, one of my heroes. And the very first take, I did it. And meanwhile, I've done this so many thousands of times. I have, a number of different ways that I'm thinking of maybe doing the scene. So he goes, cut, print, move on. And I go, hang on. Boss, I want to do another one. I mean,
I wasn't even in costume.
That was the first one. Like, you want to do it. And he goes, why? You want to waste everybody's time?
Oh my God.
And I went, no, I guess we're moving on.
And
it was one take.
He was holding a gun.
But there was a kindness.
Ellen DeGeneres ran into Clint Eastwood at a major Hollywood event. She admitted she was starstruck. She wanted a photo. The photographer she ended up recruiting for this task is the part nobody expected. And Clint Eastwood's response to the entire situation, calm, dry, unbothered, is exactly what you would expect from a man who has been famous longer than most people in that room have been alive.
Clint Eastwood, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine, darling. How are you?
Good to see you.
Thank you.
We've never met. I'm a big fan, and I just wanted to say I'm a big fan.
Thank you for the headset you gave me a few years ago.
Oh, you're welcome. I didn't know I did, but you're welcome. That's great.
So do you have a script for me?
No, I don't. I just wanted to say hi.
You're getting me jealous because I saw you gave Marty a script.
Yeah. No, it's more important, actually. I want to take a picture from my space. Do you mind if I get a picture with you? Can somebody take this? Oh, Steven Spielberg. Actually, yeah. Can I get Steven? Yeah, here. Put that right there. Sorry. I mean, I'm sure.
He's Ed Mark's married.
Make sure we're both in, Steven. That's great.
Okay.
Can I just see it? Make it more even on both sides. Look at that. What do you think?
It's
Do you
poorly
like that?
composed,
Yeah,
yes.
that's better. That's good. Oh, thanks so much. That's exciting. All right.
Someone asked Clint Eastwood what he considers the single most important skill in acting. They expected something technical. Something about preparation or presence or physicality. What he said instead is something he thinks they should be teaching in schools. Not just for acting. For life. For a man known for saying almost nothing on screen, the answer he gives about silence and listening is one of the most thoughtful things any actor has ever said in an interview.
And learning.
On several occasions in this series, notably with Steven Spielberg, with Ben Kingsley, we've talked about the virtue and use of silence in film. Don Siegel has said the hardest thing to do is nothing. A number of people have paid tribute to your expressive use of silence. What you're doing with me this moment is what you do so extraordinarily well. On the screen, you listen. Is it that important to you?
I think this most important thing, it's certainly the most important thing as in acting, is listening. Anybody can expound a lot of dialogue, but a lot of people don't listen well. In fact, I think it's something in life, my wife and I were talking about this the other night, is one of the great things I think they ought to be teaching in schools, and not for acting, but for just life in general, is the art of listening. It's something that a lot of people don't understand, and a lot of people may listen or attempt to listen, but they don't hear, or they don't absorb what they're listening to.
Scott Eastwood was telling a story about his grandfather, Clint Eastwood's father, when he casually dropped one of the most extraordinary survival stories most people have never heard. A plane crash, the ocean, getting dark, miles to shore, swimming alone. The fact that Clint Eastwood grew up with this man as his father explains a lot about where the toughness actually came from. It was never just an image. It was inherited.
Dad he was in a plane crash in his early 20s, and it was off San Francisco, and he had to swim like a couple miles in that water to survive. Yeah.
Holy shit, he crashed into the water?
Yeah, most people don't know that. It's
Whoa.
But what happened was he was in the Army, and it was right around the time the Korean War was starting, and they were flying, they were doing a routine flight or something, and they had to crash land in the ocean.
Whoa.
And it was getting night, and I believed the pilot died, but the other guy he was with survived. So him and this other guy, they were swimming to shore, and they got split up because it was getting dark at night.
Whoa.
And so then now they're swimming alone.
Someone asked Scott Eastwood what Clint was like as a father, whether they should be scared of him as a dad, whether there were punishments. Scott's answer is 3 words that sum up an entire childhood of discipline without a single raised hand or raised voice. A look, just a look. And what that look apparently did to you is something Scott still seems slightly shaken by describing out loud.
And finally, how's Dad?
Dad's good.
What would surprise us to know about your dad? Any fun fact that you could share with us? Like, any punishments he gave you as a kid, or? Because I'd be terrified if he was my dad. I'd be.
You should be.
You don't know, but he would just look at you and like,
Oh yeah.
really?
He'll take you down with a look. He will take you right down.
Scott Eastwood auditioned for Gran Torino and got a small role. His character was supposed to be on the receiving end of his father's character, giving him a hard time. On the day of shooting, things that were never in the script started coming out. Real things. Personal things. Directed specifically at Scott. Scott did not realize until he was standing there on camera that his father may have been working through something that had been building for years. And the way he describes figuring that out mid-scene is one of the funniest and most quietly devastating things either of them has ever said about their relationship.
Weird to me, because you'd think he'd know what you can do, what you can't do.
No. No. He does not. I don't think he likes me in his movies. You know, because here's the thing. He's put me in a few movies, and I've auditioned for a lot and haven't got a lot. And then Gran Torino came around where he was talking to me. It was just like this little role.
Yeah.
And he got a call.
His character's supposed to be giving your character a hard time.
Yeah, exactly. He's calling me a pussy and a spoiled little brat or whatever. And he gave me that role, and on the day we were shooting it, there was a lot of stuff that came out that wasn't on the script there. What? That wasn't in the script.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And so did it make you think like he's working through some issues?
Yeah,
Maybe?
I think.
I got a part for the kid. Give him this part. The part where I chew out that punk.
I think it was a lot of pent up over the years of me pissing him off.
That is Clint Eastwood. The man who has been in Hollywood longer than most people have been alive and has not spent a single second of it pretending to be easier to deal with than he actually is. Fired from Universal for reasons that now sound like compliments. A horse he argued with but never hit. Matt Damon asking for a second take and immediately regretting it. A look that could apparently end a conversation before it started. And a scene in Gran Torino where years of feelings between a father and a son ended up on camera because nobody told the director he was not supposed to go there. 6 decades. Dozens of iconic films. Zero patience for anything that wastes his time. That is not an act. That is just the man. Comment below, which moment got you the most? And subscribe to Binge Premiere because every week we go deeper into the shows you are hooked on and the legends who built Hollywood. See you in the next one.